Today's horoscope from Astrocademy, Gemini, April 10, 2025. Over the coming days and weeks, you'll find that many plans or projects that have recently stalled or fallen off the radar begin to move forward. Mercury turns direct today after over 3 weeks of retrograde motion. You can experience improved communication and relations, clearer finances, and fewer mechanical problems. You'll gradually enjoy more clarity with your communications, transportation matters, and money or things. Today and tomorrow require extra care with what you're communicating, making purchases, and dealing with instructions as the shift occurs. Once you adjust to the change of direction and deal with various problems, this influence is excellent for improved clarity. Keep in mind that it's not easy to be objective just for the time being. For today, be as clear as you can in your communications. Today could bring disappointment to your personal and romantic life. Sweet Venus, our lesser benefic and the goddess of romance and attraction, will unite in exact conjunction with your planetary co-ruler, mighty Saturn, the great taskmaster. Frustrating tension is possible now, especially in regard to your values, morals, or how you've been spending money. You could feel the desire to make a change, but it appears there's a price to pay if you do. You may feel isolated and a bit alone now. Focus on processing your feelings, leading with compassion and sensitivity, and knowing that true love can survive anything. Financial problems might have gotten out of control. Since mid-March, you may have struggled to get your finances in order. There may have been several conversations about phrases, promotions, and more at work that did not go the way you expected. You could have also dealt with last-minute problems, expenses, and more. Although this has been a challenging period, you should see your luck change after Mercury stations direct in Pisces. As you move forward, you should have an easier time receiving payments, sticking to a budget, and getting what you are owed at work. You are ambitious and can sometimes forget the pleasure that is to be had along the way. Try devising a quiz that you can give yourself a few times a month. Call it the Creature Comfort Quiz. The questions are up to you, but here are some examples. Is there enough bubble bath in the house? Do I have clothes that flat? Are my body type, or do I need to do a little shopping for basics? Do I have my favorite fresh fruit in the house? Etc. With a little self-interrogation, you will come up with plenty of ideas that make you smile. Don't be afraid to probe deeply today. The presence of this day's vibration will enable you to do this and more with much greater ease than usual. This can be especially helpful if there's something you haven't felt quite right about or comfortable with, but haven't discovered why yet. Trust your instincts and do a little investigating to get to the root of the matter. It may just be that you don't have all the facts. Getting these will be a breeze. 7 days after Neptune, the planet of hopes and dreams, returned to your communication sector, the moon's monthly visit to your relationship sector is already taking advantage of this. The moon formed a friendly aspect to Neptune when it returned yesterday, but they are still in harmony, and as the moon makes its last visit to your relationship sector before Mars returns, this is a chance to start getting the communication lines open ahead of time. This comes just as Neptune teams up with the asteroid Juno to create some positive conditions for all aspects of personal and professional networking, friendship and relationship building. The moon's last visit to your relationship sector before Mars, the planet of passion and the warrior planet of the cosmos, returns in 11 days, was always going to be a valuable chance to check in. As the moon's only visit while the sun is in your communication sector, this is also a valuable chance to start getting the communication lines open ahead of time, while getting a sense of the additional resources the communication gods are already putting in place. Gemini, curiosity leads to opportunity. Your quote of the day: a new question is better than an old answer. Your color of the day is sunflower yellow, brightening your thoughts. Lucky numbers: 3, 10, 21. Communication is sharp. Your words hold weight today. A small chat could turn into something bigger than expected. Be mindful of scattered energy, choose one thing to dive into fully. Your spark lifts the whole room. Our eyes in the sky. Let's take a deep breath and welcome the energy of April 11, 2025. Today feels like one of those moments where the universe invites you to slow down just enough to notice something you might have missed: a shift, a sign, a subtle sense that something is ready to change or open up. No matter where you are on your journey, this reading is here to meet you gently, like a conversation with an old friend who sees you clearly. Let's step into this space together and see what the cards have to say. The first card that comes forward today is the Eight of Cups, a powerful symbol of emotional evolution. This card often appears when something you once deeply cared about no longer feels aligned, and the time has come to move forward even if the path ahead isn't completely clear. It doesn't always mean walking away in a dramatic way. Sometimes it's simply the quiet decision to let go of a mindset, a pattern, or an expectation that's been weighing on you. It's the moment you stop pretending something still fits when it really doesn't. And while that kind of shift can feel heavy or uncertain, it's also liberating. Think of this as your soul gently tapping you on the shoulder, asking, "Is this still for me?" If there's something in your life that's felt hollow lately, don't be afraid to explore what it would mean to release it. There's something waiting for you on the other side of that choice. Trust that inner knowing. Following this, we're met with the Ace of Wands, a burst of new, creative energy. This card is like a spark. It doesn't necessarily give you the entire map, but it lights a fire that can guide you forward. The Ace of Wands invites inspiration, possibility, and the beginning of something exciting. Maybe you've had an idea simmering on the back burner. Maybe there's something you've wanted to create, try, or pursue, but haven't quite given yourself permission to begin. This card is your green light. What would it look like to say yes to your own passion today? Even in the smallest way: writing one paragraph, making that phone call, sketching out a dream. Every spark counts. Don't underestimate how powerful a first step can be. Our next card is the Ten of Pentacles, and this is such a grounding presence. It brings in themes of legacy, long-term stability, and support systems. It reminds you that what you're building now doesn't just serve the moment, it's contributing to something lasting. Whether you've been thinking about financial goals, family dynamics, or the kind of life you want to create long-term, this card encourages you to look at the bigger picture. What kind of foundation are you building? Who do you want standing beside you in that vision? And what traditions or values do you want to carry forward or let go of? It's a beautiful invitation to connect with your roots while also making conscious choices about what you're growing toward. There's no rush here. Just the reminder that your efforts are creating something meaningful, piece by piece. Next, we draw the Queen of Cups, a deeply compassionate and intuitive energy. She's emotionally wise, empathetic, and knows how to hold space for herself and for others. Today, this card might be nudging you to check in with your emotional body. How are you really feeling beneath the surface? Is there a part of you that needs a little more gentleness, a little more attention? The Queen of Cups encourages emotional honesty, not as a performance but as a form of healing. And if you've been that steady support for others lately, this is your reminder that you deserve that softness in return. Let today be a day where you lean into emotional balance, whether that means setting a boundary, journaling, spending quiet time with someone who feels like home, or simply allowing yourself to feel what you feel without judgment. There's strength in softness. And finally, We close with the Six of Wands, a card of recognition, success, and rising confidence. This card is the moment you realize, yes, I am making progress. I am being seen. Even if the applause hasn't been loud, someone is noticing. You might receive encouragement or praise today, or you might simply have a personal win that affirms you're on the right track. Either way, this card encourages you to own it. You don't need to downplay your growth to make others comfortable. You've earned this moment. Celebrate the victories, big or small. You've come through so much, and you're still here, still showing up, still believing in better. That matters. So as we look at these 5 cards, the Eight of Cups, the Ace of Wands, the Ten of Pentacles, the Queen of Cups, and the Six of Wands, we see a beautiful unfolding. Letting go of what no longer serves. Welcoming in new passion. Building long-term stability. Honoring emotional wisdom. And standing tall in your wins. It's a reminder that this journey you're on is layered, sacred, and yours alone. There's no one right way to move forward. But when you choose to stay present, to stay honest, and to follow the thread of what lights you up, that's when everything begins to shift.